Hi and welcome to the next in our series of practical simulator sessions. Now in this session I want to do the setup of another exercise, and in this case it is kaleidoscope ringing. I'm sure a lot of you will have rung this in your towers, particularly with beginners. It's a great exercise for dodging and making places. It does have fairly straightforward notation, but we do need to put it into virtual Belfry. So we're going to work out what the notation should be, convert it to the format that virtual Belfry understands, and then we'll get it installed and we'll see if we can ring it. So let's get started. Right, so here we are at the computer. We've got our Excel spreadsheet up into which we can put our notation, or the bells as we wish to have them. So the first thing we're going to do is to decide which sort of kaleidoscope ringing we're going to have. Now there are several versions of kaleidoscope ringing, things like long places where you ring 4 blows in every position, placemaking where you just ring 2 blows, dodging where you ring 1 blow, and you can do other complex versions of kaleidoscope with things like long places with a double dodge. But we're going to take a fairly standard kaleidoscope option, which is just to do long places, but we're going to have bells 2 and 3 and bells 4 and 5 swapping, but slightly out of sync. So the first thing we're going to do is to swap 2 and 3, and then we're going to leave 3 in place for 4 blows, and obviously 2 will be in place for 4 blows. The treble isn't going anywhere. We're leaving the treble leading, and we're leaving the tenor behind. So what we're going to do now is we're going to leave 4 and 5 where they are until this backstroke here, when we're going to swap them. And then the 5 will do 4 blows and the 4 will do 4 blows, and then we'll swap them back again. The 1 has stayed in position, and the 2 will have swapped back already here. And the 3 will have swapped back there. Now you'll see on the left hand side here that we're actually on a hand stroke, so we're going to put in an extra blow like that. We're going to copy the 6 down, and that in fact makes up our kaleidoscope method. So now we have to look at the notation for this. So basically what we're doing here, we can see by the orange squares that bells 4 and 5 stay in the same place. So 2 and 3 will swap. So we start off with 4 and 5, because remember, within notation what we actually write down are the bells that make places, so the bells that don't change. But it's the place bells, remember, not the actual bells. So in the next row, 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th place bell all stay the same, and it's exactly the same in the next row. We then find that the 2nd and 3rd place bell here stay the same, and then the 4th and 5th place bell, and then we have two lots where nothing changes, then we have seconds and thirds place, and then again we have no changes. So this is our basic notation. What we now have to do is to put that into the format that Virtual Belfry requires. So we're going to take those and we're going to put them into Notepad, and we're simply going to add a dot at the end of each line, and then apart from the last one, and then we're going to put them into one string, and that is our notation. So now we have to put this into Virtual Belfry. Now, because we're leaving 1 and 6 the same, we're going to call this a doubles exercise. So we're going to select exercises, select doubles, and we'll have a look at our current exercise list. We're going to create a new exercise, which is called, we'll call Kaleidoscope 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 2, 3, 4, 5. The bells that are changing. We'll paste in our notation. So we have that now in our new exercise. We click OK, and we'll click Choose, which means that here you can see we have Kaleidoscope 2, 3, 4, 5 doubles. If we click Generate, that should show us what we've created. Obviously, bell number 1 is doing nothing. Bell number 2 will go to thirds place for 4 blows and back again. Bell number 3 will go to seconds place for 4 blows, and back again. Bell number 4 is going to wait a little, and then it will make its 4 blows, and 5 will go into fourth place at the same time. So all we're doing is basically swapping those 4 bells for 4 blows at a time. So this is long places kaleidoscope. We can check that it's correct simply by going to the ropes menu and clicking go. Okay, so we can see that our method is working. You will notice that the 4th and 5th bell, their first change is done on the backstroke, not the hand stroke, whereas 2 and 3, their first change is made on the hand stroke. So that gives you an option to move a ringer from 2nd and 3rd to 4th and 5th once they've mastered changing on the hand stroke. So there we go, that's our notation completed, our exercise created. So what we'll now do is head over back to the dumbbell and we'll see if we can ring it. Right, we're back at the simulator. I've got Virtual Belfry loaded with the notation that we've just created for Kaleidoscope 2, 3, 4, 5 doubles. We're only going to go through the exercise once, so keep going is set to 0, which means basically stop when you get to rounds. And I've selected bell number 2. Clicking generate will actually show us the grid and show that 2 is going to, as we expect, make long thirds, and bell number 4 is going to make long fifths, and bell number 5 is going to make long fourths. So it's a pretty basic exercise, but it shows how you can actually set up kaleidoscope ringing. So I suppose the only thing I can do now is actually try and ring it.
Go next time. That's all. Stand.
Okay, so that's ringing it as bell number 2. Now, if you remember, we said that the interesting thing about starting 4 and 5 slightly later is that we actually will be changing on the backstroke rather than the hand stroke. So if I select bell number 5 and run through it again, you'll see that I have to change to 4th place on my backstroke.
Go next time. That's all. Stand.
Okay, so there you have it. Kaleidoscope ringing using 4 strokes, so long changes. I hope you've found that useful. The notation side is always interesting. If you have any comments, then please leave a comment below. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so, so you'll get notification when more of these videos are uploaded. Delighted always to hear from you. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you all soon.